Welcome, this is xger21 over at puremtgo.com, and this is a friendly sealed league of Hour of Devastation and Amonkhet. This is the first match in Stage 3, so let's go and get started. So this opener isn't terrible, but it's not particularly great either. It's fairly slow. The likelihood of getting a better 6 is fairly low, so I decided to keep it. Especially since I do have some of the more powerful cards in my deck with Destiny Invader Beetle as well as Sandworm Convergence. My opponent plays Oketcher's Avenger, which is obnoxious, as it gets to attack in every once in a while. I luckily do draw some action for earlier in the game. And here I'm fine trading, as I'm already going to be facing down the Avenger, so I want to try and protect my life total a little bit, at least until I can get to some more powerful cards. And as well, I do have the Gravedigger to get back the Ruin Rat, which is always nice. Again, I'm a little worried about my life total. My opponent's been playing fairly aggressively, and I don't have enough land to do much, so even though they're going to be able to internalize it, I do decide to just trade off when I had the chance. And then here my opponent plays one of the new gods. This one doesn't, they're all scary in their own different ways. Unfortunately, it's unlikely I'm going to be able to do anything here. My best hope is to actually get down Sandworm Convergence, because that would actually single-handedly negate the Locust God and his tokens. So if I could get down Sandworm Convergence, I would actually very easily be able to beat the Locust God, I imagine, at that point. Particularly because at that point they're making 1/1 tokens to my 5/5. Unfortunately, my life is at 7, so it's very unlikely I'm going to be able to do such a thing. They're actually presenting lethal on board. I do have to play my Bone Picker simply just to chump block in order to stay alive. However, when they play another one, if I chump block, I still go down to 3, which means I'm dead to the insects the next turn. And there's no way I can play Sandworm Convergence or handle enough of them. Even if I wanted to remove one with Torment of Vision, I would not be able to survive, since I would take 4 this turn. Even if I killed one, I still take 3 next turn. So that's the game. And now on to Game 2. Welcome to Game 2. Unfortunately, it does not start the best, as a 1-landers pretty much always ascend. I do go into an actually pretty decent 2-lander, or 6 card hand with 3 lands and 3 spells, of which I should be able to play them all without too much trouble. And the early Feral Prowler actually helps me out there. My opponent revealed a hand that contained Unwavering Initiate, Aven Wind Guide, Plains, Dauntless Aven, and Unquenchable Thirst. And then I exiled the Deem Worthy. The reason I picked the Deem Worthy here is it's probably the most powerful of the cards that he has available, even if he can't play it currently. And it's something that I'm a little bit more concerned about in the long term. Without a desert, I'm not as concerned with Unquenchable Thirst, because I'm already somewhat on the defensive, and based on their hand, I'm going to stay on the defensive. I also imagine the Bone Picker will actually hold off some of his flyers, because they'll be unlikely to want to trade. And I can use a Splendid Agony to kill off the Dauntless Aven and the Spellweevil Eternal at the same time. So I'm not too concerned. And then the Unwavering Initiate does nothing against the Tenacious Hunter. So I'm actually, I think Deem Worthy is the right choice there, even if it's going to be a little before he can play it. And so here it's fairly easy to just snap off the Splendid Agony, kill the 2 creatures, and get to play my Bone Picker for 1 mana. And like I said, I doubted that they were going to be willing to trade. So I attack with both just to make it even more likely they're not going to trade. They're going to want to block the 1 damage and take the 3. And of course, my opponent plays Champion of Wits, which is always an interesting card. I'm never sure how I feel about it. If you don't eternalize it, it's good, but it's not the most spectacular. This is an interesting one, as I'm not sure if they really want to give me a card to prevent 1 damage. And here we're having that same issue with Magic Online, where it's deciding that once you have to assign attacker damage in the replay, it causes an issue. That was an issue in a previous replay. I will be back once it is fixed. Unfortunately, it is not appearing to let me get past this point at all. No matter what I tried, even what worked last time is not working this time. I will say in the end that my opponent did end up winning this game, as they had enough Embalm shenanigans going on. Once they are able to Embalm these and eternalize this, they have the Aven Wind guy, which gives them Flying and Vigilance, and there's very little to come back from that. So I do end up eventually losing the game in the match. Hopefully we don't have this error prevent any further ones. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next match.